What's going on, y'all? So remember when in my first labor and delivery video, I said that was part one, and in part two, I was gonna talk to y'all a little bit more and really go into detail about my experience. So here we go, y'all. Okay, so before I get started, I just put my baby to sleep, so I'm gonna be listening out for him. So if y'all see me like pause, it's cause I'm it's cause I'm trying to listen to see if he wakes up or start crying or anything, so I can go in there and give him some love. Okay. So to start, I was past my due date, and so I got induced. My due date was August 28th, and I was induced on Labor Day, which was September the 2nd. So I was scheduled to go in to Baptist Tuesday at 8 p.m. So I went in, y'all, got settled in and all that, and around, I'll say about midnight, they started me on Surtec, which is a tiny, tiny pill that they insert into your vagina, and it ripens the cervix and makes it soft. And so when they put that in, you can't use the restroom for an hour. Now, mind you, while I was there, I was using the bathroom like every 5 to 10 minutes. I think because I was super duper nervous. And so I just couldn't stop going to the bathroom. And then eventually I think it was because I was nervous, y'all. So I think that's what that was. So eventually I calmed down, and then I was able to hold out for an entire hour. Then after that, they put another pill in, and they put that one in. They put the first one in around midnight. They put the second one in, I think around like 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm not for sure. And then after that, I think around 7, they put me on Pitocin. And Pitocin, what that does is that helps to, it helps you to dilate more. I mean, I don't know that exact thing, so excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but what Pitocin does, from my knowledge, from my understanding, is that it makes you dilate quicker, and so your contractions come quicker as well. So they had me on that, and the pain started to kick in a little bit, and then my doctor came in and broke my water. And let me tell you something about that. When my water broke, all hell broke loose. When I tell you I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think, I couldn't do nothing. I was just trembling and shaking to the point to where my mom had to come and hold my hand and basically coach me to breathe. It was unbearable. I couldn't handle it. I don't see how you women do it. The ladies who go natural, no epidural, no payment, no nothing. I don't see how y'all do it, because the moment my water broke, those contractions kicked in, and it was painful, and I couldn't do it. And I think like 2 minutes in, I just started hollering, and I was like, oh God, I need an epidural. So I think like in about 5 minutes, he came on, is it the anesthesiologist, came in, and I got the epidural. So let me tell you how that works. So for those who've never had it, it's not that bad, okay? It's really not. He came in, and he just talked me through, like he helped calm me down, because, you know, from watching all these different videos and all this stuff, you know, you have all these perceptions and all these thoughts that go through your mind about the epidural, and most people are like, oh, it's so horrible. It was amazing, okay? And if you have a low tolerance for pain, get the epidural. If you can handle a lot of pain, then you don't need it. So, you know, he talked with me, he calmed me down, and he would let me know every single thing that he was doing. And so then he would say, all right, you're gonna feel a pinch. And I felt a pinch, and then after that he was like, you have to feel a burn, and then it'll just burn. So it's like a pinch, burn, and then it's done. And then after that, you know, he still tells me to hold still. I don't know what he was doing, whatever he was doing back there. And then after that, it started to kick in about about 15, 20 minutes, it started to kick in. Once it started to kick in, then I started to calm down to the point to where I went straight to sleep. It was amazing. And so after having the epidural, of course, it numbs your lower body, so you can't feel nothing. So when they checked my cervix, because before I got the epidural, when they checked my cervix, it would hurt. Like it just hurts because they're sticking their fingers in you, and then they have to do this to see how wide it is. That's how they measure it, by how wide they can open their fingers. And it hurts, y'all, it hurts. So once I got the epidural, she's in there and I see her really pushing in there to check it, and I didn't feel a thing. And then they told me they had to put a catheter in me. I hope I'm saying that right. Because once you get the epidural, you're numb, so you can't get up and walk. So they have to put that in you. I didn't feel that. I was afraid that I was gonna feel that. Didn't feel nothing. So they put that in there, and you know, I saw the urine in the bag. I was like, oh my gosh, this is weird, you know, because I'm not used to this. So the epidural was a lifesaver, y'all. Hands down. If I do it again, when I do it again, because I want to do it again, I'm getting an epidural. I'm getting it. It saved my life. So I just sat there and just relaxed and slept, and then I think around 7 o'clock, around about 7:10, 7 or so, they said, you're dilated, it's time to push. And I was like, oh my God. So then I started getting scared. And I made sure I pushed the epidural button, because what happens is once they put it in you, they give you like this little knob where when it's green, if the pain is starting to wear off and you can start to feel pain in your body, you can press that button and you'll feel more the medicine coming in, and it'll be really cool going down your back. And so that's how it feels. So I pressed that button one more time before it's time to deliver, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't feel nothing. And you guys, I literally felt nothing. They taught me how to push. I followed the directions, and I just pushed, and I didn't feel him when he was coming out. I didn't really feel much pressure either. I just inhaled for I just took a deep breath, and then I just pushed down for 10 seconds, and I did that for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we started having complications because he was so big. I think his shoulder or something got stuck in my pelvis. I don't know the story. That's just what they said. So it got to the point to where they had to one of the nurses had to get on top of me and literally push my uterus, push down just to push him out. And because of that, I suffered with a 3rd-degree tear. That tear is what made my experience after my delivery hard. We'll get into that soon. When he came out, he had a fever. I had a fever of 101. He had a fever of 102. So unfortunately, I couldn't do the delayed cord cutting. So they had to snip him right then and there, and then take him off to the NICU to be checked. So I got scared about that. And then she had to stitch me up because of the 3rd-degree tear. And then they gave him back to me, and we did skin to skin. We did the breastfeeding thing for a little bit. We sat there for a little while, and then of course after that, then I was taken to my postpartum room. Okay, so once I get to my postpartum room with my family, my baby, and all that, and the epidural starts to wear off, then that's when the pain from that 3rd-degree tear and from just delivering that baby kicks in. And my goodness, ooh, that, I'm not gonna say it was hard, but it was a challenge, because I'm still dealing with it now, with the pain from it now. It wasn't as intense as it was when I delivered him Wednesday. Oh yeah, I didn't even say that. Yeah, so he came Wednesday at 7:54 p.m., weighing 8 pounds, 0.08 ounces, and he was 21 inches long. Okay, sorry I didn't share that with y'all, My bad. Well, I shared it in my last video, so I think that's why I didn't even talk about it in this one. But yeah, y'all, once that medicine wear off and that pain starts kicking in, woo, my gosh. And then, of course, you have to, now, this is the part where now you have to start taking care of yourself. You got to get up out your bed and you got to go to the restroom. And you have all these different things that you have to utilize to help you heal. So I want to show y'all what they gave me to help along with my healing journey. So you have to have some of, they gave me some of these. These are the pads that I have to sit on because if I'm bleeding over my pad, this catches it so it doesn't get on the sheets. This thing was definitely a lifesaver. You put warm water in it and you squirt it on your vagina. And this, after they took my catheter out, this helped to encourage me to pee again. So I just squirt, I sit on the toilet and squirt this on there, and it helps the flow to come, and it feels really great. I had to use these medicated pads, also known as tucks. The way they showed me to use this, I'm sure there are multiple ways you can use this, but they made me put these in between my butt to soothe that particular area. So that's what I use these for. It comes like in these little pads, and it's witch hazel, and it also helps with hemorrhoids and all that. And you just put it in between the booty, and it just cools it and soothes it. So it felt really good. My favorite thing to use was the Dermaplast. This helps to kind of like numb and cool the area because you're gonna be in pain. So this really came in handy, y'all. I love this stuff. Thank y'all so much for creating this. Ooh, lifesaver. They give you, they give you these undies, which I don't have anymore. And they give you these big old huge pads. I don't like pads. They give you these big old huge pads to wear. They actually gave me a whole bunch of them. As you can tell, I'm not using these because I wore the Always Discreet instead. I like those because I can just put those on and take them off and dispose them. I don't have to put on panties, then put on this and put on that, so the Always Discreet came in more handy for me than doing the pad, which is why I have so many of these things left. And then they also give you these cool packs, which I didn't utilize. I had this, so I was good with it. I didn't want my vagina to be too cold. So they also give you these cold packs. And I think you gotta like fold it, and I don't know if you wet it. I don't know, because I didn't wear them. Well, they gave me one the first time, but I didn't feel it do anything. I didn't feel it cool my vagina, so I didn't continue with it. But I believe it's also like a pad, and you just put it into your panties, and you bend it, I guess, and I guess it turns cold. I wouldn't know. Let me see. Fold, shake, and remove. Fold across the center of the pad as indicated until the interval. Rupture, shake. Sorry, y'all. So you just put it on, and it gets cold, and it soothes your homegirl down there. Yeah, but I didn't use these. I didn't really care for them. I liked the spray, and I liked my Always Discreet. That made it easy for me. But yeah, y'all, this is the stuff that. And some of y'all may have used more. Also, a tip that they gave me to repel the water on my stitches, to put Vaseline on it, so that when you're peeing, that it doesn't, I guess, get on it. I don't know. Everybody has their little tricks and things as it pertains to that. But yeah, for me, the hardest part, as I said before, was after that medicine wore off. So of course I was on, I had to take ibuprofen, and I took a stool softener to help make having a bowel movement easier for me, especially dealing with the fact that I had a tear and that I had stitches. But yeah, y'all, that's really about it. I don't know if I left anything out. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you know what to do. Comment below. Let's chat. If you have any wisdom or knowledge you would like to share with me, I'm always open to that. But other than that, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for congratulating me on the arrival of my baby boy, for just being here, watching my journey as I share it, tuning in every time, showing your love. I truly appreciate y'all for that. And y'all know I got more to come, so definitely stay tuned for that.